Okay, so we're starting the new chapter, chapter 6, and those of you that were here Monday, you did some like exploring activity to try to figure out what we're kind of doing. And basically what we're doing is we're doing 4 different transformations. So that word transformation is an operation that maps an original geometric figure, the pre-image, onto a new figure called the image. So what that means is basically like when you move an image to a new place, okay? So we use this in art. Is anyone in art class in here? Okay. So one of the big things that we do in art is we'll take an image and we'll move it and we'll keep making patterns, or we'll rotate or reflect. These are all transformations that we're going to do in this chapter. It's really short. It's only 4 lessons, so it goes kind of fast. One of the shorthand things right here you guys see is it has like a little 1 above each letter, and the word we say when we're talking about it is like we would say X prime, and that's the new image that we create. We say prime. So translations are for today. Translation is a slide. Just remember slide. It's a figure from one position to another without turning it. So it's just like pick it up and move it over. There's some symbols that we use, and I'll show you guys how to do those in a bit. Congruent is a big part of this and chapter 7 as well. Congruent here means figures with the same shape and same size, same angle measures too, because we're talking geometry. So we're going to do some examples in the book of what this looks like, and then I'll let you guys try it on your own and we'll see how it goes from there. Are there any questions so far? No? Okay. So yesterday when we did this, most people thought it was pretty easy. So go to your book and turn to page 456. I'm just going to record this part and then we'll move on. So 456. And we're only going to do 1 through 3. Does everyone have this written down? Yeah? Okay. So I have copies here. Obviously your copy in your book is better because you'll have the grid lines, but I can kind of show you what we're going to do with this. So on number 1 it says graph triangle XYZ with vertices, and there's all these numbers. Then graph the image of triangle XYZ after each translation and write the coordinates of its vertices. Okay? So first we're going to graph it. So the original vertice for X is -4, -4, right? So you're going to go back -4 and then down -4. And I can't see my grid, but I would imagine it's somewhere right there, right? Okay, and then Y is -3, so go to the left -3, down -1, somewhere right there. Make sure you label them each time so you don't get confused which one's X and Y and Z. Okay, so do this in your book. After you guys are done doing this, since we're not writing it in your notes, if you want to tear them out later, like glue them in your notebook, that's fine with me. And then Z is 2, -2, so over 2, and then down 2, somewhere like right there, right? Okay, so then we connect our dots and we should have a triangle. So that's step 1. Step 2 says that we have to graph the new image now. So we take right here, it says 3 units right and 4 units up. So you just start with 1 point. It doesn't matter which point. I'm going to start with Z. We're going to go 3 units to the right and 4 units up. So it should be somewhere up here. And then when I relabel it, I want to put a Z and I want to put that little 1 above it, and that means Z prime. This tells me this is the new image. Okay, and then I take Y and I do the same thing. 3 units to the right, and then I go 4 units up. So I guess it's like somewhere up here, right? And put the Y prime. Same with the X. I go 3 units to the right, 4 units up, and I get X prime. connect the dots again, and you should have basically a congruent triangle from the pre-image. And then the last thing it says to do is write the coordinates. Okay, so all you have to do is you go through and you rewrite them, but you write x prime like this, parentheses, and then the new one is at -1, 0. And then y prime with the parentheses, and that new place is at 0, 3. And then z prime is at 5, 2. Any questions on this? Okay, let's do the second one. So we're actually graphing the same exact thing. It's just that now we're going to move it in a different direction, or slide it, as they say for translations. So for this one here, we graph the same triangle again. So we have something like x is over here, and then y is over here. Mine looks a little different than yours maybe. And z is somewhere over here, right? And then it says from that point, we go 2 units left and 3 units down. So my x, if I start with x, I'll go 2 units to the left and 3 units down. And then I'll put x prime. And then y, 2 units to the left, 3 units down. It's like right here. So that's y prime. And then z, 2 units left, 3 units down is somewhere right about here. That's z prime. Does everyone's kind of look like mine? Yeah? Okay. So then we just write these coordinates. So we write x prime, and that's -6, -7. Y prime is at -5, -4. And z prime is at 0, -5. Okay, the last one we're going to do is this baseball one, number 3. And it says, the baseball at the right was filmed using stop motion animation, so it appears to be thrown in the air. Use translation notation to describe the translation from point A to point B. So we're only looking at these 2 points. Okay? So from point A to point B, what happened in the x? Remember, x is horizontal. So how many places did x move? 2. Good. So that the translation notation, you just write a parenthesis and then you write x plus 2 because it moved 2 places to the right. Okay? If it moved to the left, you would put a minus, right? Okay? And then what's happening to the y? It's going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So remember, the y is vertical. So we write y plus 5. And that's all you have to do. That's the notation. Any questions on the notation? So if it's to the right and up, they're both positive. If any of them go to the left or down, they're negative, right? It's going down. Okay. We're going to do some other examples in your book.